Woof, woof, woof. Hello, good game. Welcome back, ghouls and goblins. I hope you're all having a magical day and Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. We have something special for you today. It is a Christmas themed free-to-play / artisan deck. So that has no mythics and no rares in it, only commons and uncommons. So it should be pretty easy to collect, fairly accessible for the average player to build and play, which is the goal of today's video. So again, happy holidays, everyone. I hope you're having a festive time. Today we're going to break down the deck list. Now this is a Gruul red and green build. We have spell damage, we have trample, and we have chip damage as well, which is really exciting. So we're looking to kind of take our opponent's health points from 20 down to 0 as quickly as possible. We have some turn 4 wins, which I know is fairly exciting and typically something that you can't do with a free-to-play deck, but we've got you covered. And then breaking down the deck list, the strategies, the synergies within today's video, showcasing that in the gameplay footage, and then we'll wrap up with our final thoughts. So, let's get after it. Anywho, the free-to-play Christmas special, if you will, is a Gruul-based aggro deck in standard, right? This is not an Alchemy version, but of course we can take it into Alchemy with the addition of a few cards. We'll touch on that at the end of the video. Standard, best of 1, 2.1 average mana value with 18 non-creatures and 20 creatures. There's only 22 land in the deck because we're looking to move fast and we do not want to top deck lands. The main cards in the build are the Lambolt Raconteur, which transforms into the Ravager. Incredible card, overlooked by most. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, it will deal 1 damage to each opponent. Nightbound, dealing 2 damage to each opponent, and it gets that increase of the 2 power as well, which is really nice. So, 4/4 that's dealing 2 damage whenever you cast a spell is great. We also have the Painter. This is a 2/3 for 3. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, it gets +1/+1 until the end of turn. The Howler will get +2/+2 until the end of turn, and that's going to receive a +1/+1 boost to both its power and toughness. And then more chip damage through the Flame Breather. Now this isn't a werewolf, but it's too good to ignore in this build. A 1/3 whenever you cast a non-creature spell, so creature, artifact, or sorry, not creature, artifact, enchantment, and sorcery, instant, everything but creatures, okay? It's going to deal 1 damage to your opponent, which is great. And then the Crasher, whenever you're casting instances and sorceries, it's going to get +2/+0 until the end of turn. I don't know why I got hung up on that because, there's no planeswalkers, there's no artifacts, there's no enchantments in the build to even really merit mentioning them. But, non-creatures, okay? So through the Crasher, it's going to buff up. The Painter is going to buff up in the same fashion. And then we have the Flame Breather that deals chip damage, and the Lambolt, which will deal that chip damage as well. We can put Trample on the creatures that get stronger and trigger the chip damage, which is kind of our go-to, right? So Ancestral Anger for 1 sorcery speed, target creature gains Trample, gets +X/+0 until the end of turn, where X is 1, plus the number of cards named Ancestral Anger in your graveyard, plus you get to draw a card. That draw card is really good because it keeps you going, allows you to draw more spells to cast on top of your creatures, get that chip damage in. So this is great. It gives us Trample on our creature, draws us another card, is cool. We also have the Unnatural Moonrise sorcery speed as well. It becomes Night. Now this is interesting because we have those werewolves in deck. Until end of turn, target creature gets +1/+0, gains Trample, and whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card, right? So both of these cards will give us Trample, will buff us up a little bit, and allow us to draw a card. Hopefully, Moonrise has flashback, so you can cast it from your grave, which is really, really nice. The Anger, the Moonrise, going on to the Crasher, because it's going to get, buffed up, and that trample damage will be very important. And also the Painter as it gets buffed up as well. The Moon Rangers Slash, or Ragers Slash, I should say, 3 damage to any target, 2 less to cast if it is night, which is great. That probably just goes right into your opponent. If you have the Racketeers in play, Nightbound, maybe a couple breathers, that represents a huge amount of damage. We have the Naturalist in deck. Now this is going to allow us to ramp into those more expensive cards like the Lambolt. It will also give our werewolves +1/+1, which is cool when we put trample on them and just attack in general. Very neat. The ramp is the best part of this card. It is instant speed and you don't lose it during your phase transfer. So, you can cast something during combat like Snakeskin, or potentially if it's nighttime, a Moonranger Slash for 1 off of the mana that it generates. That's kind of the deck, right? That's all we really have going on. Of course, removal through the Blizzard Brawl, a phenomenal card alongside the Painter, because, the Painter gets +1/+1 when you cast, and then the Brawl gives it +1/+0 indestructible, so it's like +2/+1 indestructible, and the fight effect, of course, so that's very nice to see. And just in general, a really cheap deck, a really finely tuned and well-performing deck for you guys today. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Of course, after the gameplay footage, we'll wrap up with our final thoughts. We'll teach you how to edit this deck because it is a standard deck. If you're into Alchemy, it's a couple easy adjustments to get you there. And then we've got an upgrade video for you as well. So thanks again for watching. Make sure to like the video to show your support. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on great content just like this. And like I said, happy holidays. Enjoy this brand new free-to-play deck. Land is bad. Hand is good, but how will we confirm to draw a red source? That's so risky, biscuits. We do have more red or mountains available than forests, known as green. And the draw chance of land is 36/15. It's just not there. These are so good, but what if we're just sitting on a dead hand the whole game? This is much better. So we take the risk because we don't like the look of it, right? So this is better, right? We have a mountain, we have a forest, we still have a naturalist. I just don't even know what would be worth throwing here. I guess it would be a mountain. And the naturalist will create that 3rd mana, and of course we can draw land as we go. Brawl is interesting. Hopefully no counterspell / removal as they are playing Demure colors, so it's a little bit frightening. They allow us to go to night. We draw Snakeskin. Okay. If for 3, make a red source. Play the Painter, hold up the Veil. I think that's fairly decent. It remains nighttime as it's only a single cast. The Mimic will enter as a copy of anything. It doesn't say target though, right? So we don't actually get to interact with that. Take our turn. Land in play. Brawl it. Brawl it real good. Holy Toledos. We're doing 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Woof. 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 All free to play. That's incredible. That is interesting. Going first with a naturalist is interesting. Double Angers in hand is also interesting as they kind of push each other up a little bit. See where we get with this. I'll allow it. We are vulnerable for just a hot second here. And then it's Double Anger with a Veil in hand to get that initial draw. Against a control deck, the trample's irrelevant. Just get the value when you can. Okay, they're tapped. We know we don't need Snakeskin for the turn. Blizzard Brawl's also a dead card, as they won't play a lot of creatures, I feel. Spirits, interesting. The plot thickens. Red source, attack. Create a green source, play our Raconteur? Just be Raconteur. Is that N silent here? Raconteur? I should probably look up what that means. Vega. I thought they were targeting it to remove it. I was like, no way, you're a dog. So use this as creature-based removal. We get 1 damage into their person. Remove the burb. Let's deal another damage. Just for the draw. Okay. We could go 1 more. But let's save it. Chillin'. Just chillin'. Mending, they're gaining life. I assume looking for a field wipe. So we want to, again, keep a creature in hand in case that happens. Or do they not have it and it's just spirits and we should go for it? It's a hard call, isn't it? Just keep it simple. Down to 10. If there's no field wipe here, we've got a nice setup just for lethal. It's a Clarion Spirit. We can trample through it, and that's kind of why we kept this trample there. Creates a spirit, and whenever it's a target of an aura spell as well. I think let's just go for it. This is greedy. Get the green source for Snakeskin here as well, if we need it. We don't. We're getting in for 4 damage. We could do 5, 6, 7. We get so close. Let's hold up the protection, though. Actually, we lose it. Probably should have went for it. Probably should have went for it. It's hard. It didn't equal lethal, so it's hard to do, but at the same time, nice. It might save us as an instant speed interaction next turn. They gain life up to 6, create a spirit which gets buffed through the Patrician Geist. Not right now, Patricia! Oh, League Toledo's. So that's going to be greasy, right? Let's slay the spirit. Everybody gets pushed up and deals damage. And then, of course, they only have 2 defenders. We have 4 attackers with the Snakeskin, which does a bunch more as well. Cool beans. On the draw, I really like the Festival Crasher in Blizzard Brawl. Very nice. Nice land here. Hopefully we can draw some more creatures. This is a Dragon's deck. Crasher can kill everything. Paladin, they venture. This is Ward 1. Annoying, but we can pay it. Now the question is, do we hold on? And do we go crazy with the second? It's tempting. Just take it. Pay the mountain. Heal the paladin. And I'm just gonna take the extra damage as well. Because I know they won't block. They would just take it. Now we can hit for 7. It's not too shabby. We have 4 lands. Could be Flame Breather, Moonrise. Deal 1 damage, attack for 3 with Trample. Actually, it would be 4. Do we leave that paladin there? Because I feel like the double drop would be amazing. The 2/4 can defend against it though, so that might be better. They'll get a venture. Because we don't want a double block, they know that. And they can just attack into the 2/4 without losing their creature. And it has vigilance, right? So it can defend as well. So it's basically just a free venture here. -4! They really should maybe do that on the Crasher. I think we still block. Right? Save ourselves 3 damage. When it attacks, deal 1 damage to target creature defending player controls. If that creature's a zombie, deal 2 damage instead. Woof. Okay, so was not really expecting that. Let me go on to the Crasher. You get 1 damage to their person. It flips to Knight. We attack with the Crasher. Hopefully they use Nadar, not the dragon. No blocks. I'm just going to take what we can get then and hold up the protection. Draw a card. Oh, yes! Now that is good. Flame Breather out. And I think that's only... No, that was a double cast. Because we Moonrised. So today, time is not the greatest. They're going all in. You know, they need to target the Racketeer. I'm gonna protect it. Deal my 2 damage. They draw 4 cards in hand. We get a block, kill their dragon. They're out, and then we can hopefully just attack for lethal. Nice! Going first, I like it. In tapped with a Naturalist. Directly into the Racketeer. Eric's annoying. Hopefully it's a second cast deck, not a cleric deck. If I see Righteous Valkyrie, I'm going to freak out. Could be a humans deck, I think. What are they casting? Like, are they doing a second cast here? No blocks. I mean, it has Vigilance, which sucks, but... we get the land, which we don't. We can just cry about it. We have the chance to draw land here. They obviously have a snakeskin. It would give us indestructible. Or we attack to play the 3-drop. I'm going to attack, hold up Moonranger. If they try to protect... I have to do it before they declare blockers, though. Because I don't want the Naturalist to die. Let's just make them think about what we have, because we're going slow too, which means there's a holdup and instant speed in hand. So they could block and trade with the thought of us pushing up to just take it. So we get it. And then I play the Painter. So it's kind of like a little bit of a fake out. Definitely a bluff. If they went to protect their cleric, we could take it. However... it still didn't look good for the Naturalist. But they did let it through. The Fist of Angels is phenomenal. Let's grab Indestructible, kill it. Painter goes up. We attack with the Gang. Grab that 3rd available mana. It is a red source. Slash is available. But I think I'm just going to play the Crasher. I don't see a block here. This just goes through. Down to 11. This might be a scoop. I think they just Control-Alt-Deleted. Alt F4. Threw their computer across the room. Just ripped it right out of the wall. Right? Or maybe they just got up and walked away. They're like, this is not what I signed up for. This is not Christmas. Even though this is my Christmas deck. Christmas colors. Free to play. So it's really accessible to most people. Oh, that's a rope. That is a rope for sure. A good game. Gonna cut the video here. But if it comes back, we'll start recording again. Okay, looks like we're back. We're going straight to damage. And I'm just going to send it up top. Push up the Painter again. Take as much as we can get. Down to 7, their turn. Are they here? Yes, they are! Okay, the plot thickens. I didn't think they were still here. They had left. Probably exited their client, reopened it, realized that they have to actually finish the match. The 4th land is great. They can push this up for sure. Just a Racketeer. No attacks. I don't want to lose anything. Watch them come back and beat us. Nervous! They could have that... Oh no, we're in Standard. I was thinking of that new field wipe. In Alchemy, the green and white one, but I mean, they could have just a white sweeper. Doomscar. Vanquish the Horde. Riftwing Cavalry. 2/2 with flying and training. You can give something else flying as well. How are they buffing that by 2 for 1 mana? They're not. Okay, I mean, we're not going to Knight yet. Pass our turn. We could attack, sack the Naturalist, but these are all werewolves, so if we can flip tonight, they're going to get +1/+1, and that's great. Okay, the training and the flying is very bad. They're coming back. They're coming back to beat us. It's a good thing they didn't surrender. Should attack with another and give it flying. Do they need the planes for it, though? Yes. Past turn, it's night. Moon Ranger is much cheaper now. Wow. Okay. Angelic Quartermaster is putting tokens on things. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How do you not just deal that damage? Right, because if we draw another spell, and that incentivizes them not to attack because they need the defenders. That's why we do it before they attack, because I don't want them attacking. Apparently I should have, though. This is a safe attack. We have 9 and a chump blocker. The cavalry could give the 4 flying, hit for 8. They might have lethal. Right? If they block... Well, they're down to 2 life, actually, so they have to block with everything. But they do have... The 1 survive, so yeah, this may be lethal. It is lethal. We just messed up. Oh no, it didn't have tokens. But they could still have something in their hand to put on tokens. Our draw was bad. If we drew a spell, we had lethal. Getting hit for 8 as a minimum, 3 cards in hand. That game. Well, no, this doesn't put flying on the... Like, they don't have enough mana for that now. Right? So we do have to block, but then this gives us lethal, doesn't it? Like, that's a bad attack on their end. I don't think they should have attacked with that flyer, and this is just going to be game anyways. Right. The Howler gets super buffed and we deal 4 additional chip damage. What a match. They almost came back to get it. On the draw, we have 3 creatures, 2 spells. One of them being Protection, the other Trample. Which is great. We'll play the red first in case we need to just take a draw. I don't think we do, as we already have the land. They're ramping. I need to do the exact same thing. We have a secondary Naturalist, which is cool, so hopefully we can attack. I don't think they're going to block there. I honestly just don't see it. And if they do, we have the Snakeskin, so whatever. Take the damage. Another Naturalist. And I guess the Crasher, right? We draw our 4th land. We have 3 spells to cast. However, I would like the Flame Breather out, but it's, you know, it might be something we just put in to play at the end of the turn. With the Naturalist mana. When we attack, we go to 5, so we just have to cast these sorcery speeds first. Hold up Snakeskin. Chariot's good. Volo, Guide to the Monsters, a 3/2 legendary creature, and whenever you cast a creature spell that doesn't share a creature type with a creature you control, a creature card in your graveyard, copy that spell. We get the land, which is great. How greedy do we be? Let's give the Crasher Trample. So +3, +0 Trample. And then we give the Lord Trample. The Crasher goes up by another 2. We swing in with everything, because why not? We can create a red source here. And another red source. It's more threatening. We already have a green in play. So we can cast the Veil and the Breather here. They tapped 2 creatures for 4/4. Interesting. Where do these blocks go? Do we want to save the Lord or the Crasher? No, the Crasher would still die. We save the Lord. And then we just get some more damage in through the Crasher, because they're only blocking 4 damage here. They don't have mana. They could just crew the block if they're dying. And it's a big hit, right? We get a draw. Everything survives but the Crasher. And then, you know, there's no black source here for removal. So I just want to play another creature. Flips today, that's fine. We have the available land to Anger for Trample and Moonrise for Trample on 2 creatures again. Plus that'll be 2 damage through the Flame Breather. They've just made 2 Innkeepers, so this gets more interesting now. Right, that's going to gain a fair amount of life. A Consuming Blob. Wow. Welcome to Jankland. So they're going to gain so much life. This is just turned on us. And again, I mean, you know, rares, mythics, all about. So it's to be expected. Alright, that's game. There's no succeeding here, I don't think. They're, like, literally just went up to 18 life, so. And they've got the copy of it, right? So kill Volo. But like this has already started. Like this has already gone on. Oh, and that's the Painter, not the Moonslash. It's just not enough damage. Well, I mean, it is enough damage, but it's not working because they have a lot of life gain. They're really going to go for it, hey? Just to stop the damage. It's not enough to kill it. Oh, no, it is, sorry. We'd kill these oozes, don't we? No, kill the Innkeeper. And this blob for sure. No, that's right. Yeah, that's the right order. Specialist. Don't see this turning around for us. Bolo is still in play. You gain so much life. They're making tokens every turn. Yikes. Okay, they grab the Abomination. That makes a zombie token when it enters play. They tap the Carotrid for it. So 2 zombie tokens, apparently. Right? And that was so much life gain through the Innkeeper because that's 4 creatures have just entered. LOL. And the blob is going to make another one, isn't it? Right? So, you know, that's not great. We double block the blob if they're going to give it to us. Falling behind, Hugh. We're falling behind. Right? I don't see a way out of this, but they did a good job of beating us. Really nice valued deck. Oh, they're going to give everything +1/+1 trample. And there's 2 copies of it, too. That's so sick. No blocks. I think we're just going to take this one on the chin. Yeah, that's just great. Land off the top. Full beans. We tried our best! Alright, so the deck performed fairly well, making out well with it. How can you guys adjust this deck still within those free-to-play parameters or an artisan build into Alchemy? Because it is different, and I'll tell you what, we actually unknowingly play-tested and built this deck in Alchemy, and we did well. We did very nicely. We weren't using the upgrade cards that I'll show you here that will really help this deck perform even better. And you already know what it is. For free as an uncommon, the Tenacious Pup. +1/+1, Vigilance, Trample. What doesn't it do, right? And it's a 1-drop, which is incredible. Sets you up for a really nice 2-drop. Get Trample, Vigilance on that Festival Crasher. You know, you're off to the races, right? So that's where we're going if it is the Alchemy variant. If you're looking for the upgrade video, I have a link. In-depth variant of this with the upgrades, right? I mean, you know what it is. Tolivar, Stormseeker, things like this. Just those really over-the-top werewolves that you get access to. And again, if you are looking to play in Alchemy, we've got you covered there too. Rahilda is an absolute powerhouse in Alchemy. I cannot get over that card. And then, of course, you know, the Tenacious Pup will be around there as well. Again, the video link for that is in the description below. Check it out, you guys. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Have a magical day. Thank you so much for taking the time, spending it here with me. Make sure to like the video on your way out. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on our future uploads. And we'll see you soon in the next.